Good evening, folks, and welcome to the official ARK community. This is Fortunate coming at you. We are now sitting on December 5th, 2022, which means our 35th podcast with you all. We are very excited to be here with you, just like we are every other night. Going to pass the floor over to our wonderful founder, Mr. Atlas.
Hello, folks, and thank you for coming this evening to the ARK Podcast. My name is Atlas. This is the podcast number 35. And we have fantastic news to share with you. A huge update, a partnership that we have been working to accomplish, as it is very important for our investors to have very secure onboarding of fiat, especially as we cross over to what we call the real world and start bringing investors that do not have a lot of experience in buying crypto, MetaMask, and so forth. We need to be able to offer them an opportunity to just get their debit card and purchase through ARK, our mobile app, or our D app, their ArkFi tokens, and be able to start earning right away. So that's a very important fact. And then we have another secondary, product that's coming from Ultimo as well, which would be a offshore component where you're able to have a debit card that you could load up with your USDT. There will be options for BNB as well, and go do your purchases, your grocery shopping, pay anything you could do with Visa, or even go to an ATM and go ahead and make those withdrawings. Mr. Brett Norden, would you like to join us and tell us a bit more about this fantastic partnership and what it's going to really offer to the whole ARK community?
Yeah, thanks, Atlas. It's we've been in discussions now for a while with the Ultimo team, both real like-minded people. The whole team and the technology there really fits our vision and roadmap. I think you may have mentioned that, but I was not live here. They have, we're both in very similar stages as well. They are offering their profit sharing NFT, they call it, that you can purchase now and get an account set up at the offshore bank and get your Visa debit card. Like you mentioned, you can send your crypto over to their special wallet and anonymously make deposits into the bank account. It's in Laos, and several, I would say a good number of the early NFT holders have already received their cards and have been using them actively in several different countries across the world. So yeah, it's a really amazing solution. We're both in very similar stages where they have their ownership type NFTs that will pay a profit sharing. Those are $3,500 each, and it gives you access to their DAO. And there's only 500 of those that are going to be minted. Once those are all minted, then they're going to have it open basically to the public for $700. You get the offshore bank account set up, you get a deposit made into the account in US dollars, and then you get the Visa card and you can begin spending. The limits on the card are amazing. They allow you to withdraw up to $20,000 per day at ATMs. So most ATMs will allow, between $400 and $1,000. So you could drive around if you wanted to 20 plus ATMs and take cash out all day long and then make real world purchases with cash, precious metals, whatever you wanted. Also the spending limit on the Visa debit card from the offshore bank is very high. I can't remember the exact numbers. We can get those. We're doing an AMA podcast with them on Thursday, right here, same time that we do our podcast. They'll have those numbers at the tip of their tongue. But I think the spending, if you contacted the bank, you can get a very, very high spend rate. I want to say it's up to $1 million through the Visa card, but don't quote me on that. So yeah, the spending limits are very generous, and the card can be used in every country around the world. The only ones that are a problem are North Korea and Russia. I believe those two. There may be one other, but I don't know if you remember that, Atlas. But yeah, the roadmap that they're on fits ours perfectly. They're coming out with their on-ramp solution this month, and we'll have that integrated first, and then a portal over to their off-ramp solution, which is the offshore bank plus the Visa debit card. So if you're looking to take advantage of it early, you can get information about Ultimo. We have their website posted in our chat here. And they have an AMA group over there, and DS Crypto and Jez are really great guys, and they'll answer all your questions that you might have. But yeah, we're excited about this. We think it's perfect timing for both groups, both teams, and it fits very well with what we've been talking about. Taking DeFi to the masses and then offering these type of solutions that really bridge over to the real world.
Absolutely. Financial freedom, the digital nomad lifestyle, getting out of that matrix is so important, and giving folks the opportunity to really take advantage of that and make their decisions with their financial rewards as to where they want to live, which jurisdiction best suits them, or if they want to stay where they're at, have that opportunity to decide how they want to cash out, which is such an important part. We've seen what's been happening with the decentralized exchanges. A lot of people are worried to put their funds there. So this is a really, really special opportunity. It's something that, to me personally, is a fantastic tool. I do not like people in my financial business, and whenever you're dealing with just standard banks, you're always subject to a lot of scrutiny. I've had 5-6 years ago, accounts closed in the United States for purchasing crypto. The same banks who 3-4 years later were saying to the customers, hey, buy crypto with our credit cards. Ironic how everything comes full circle. But having this component, I think, is a massive push and opportunity to just giving folks liberty, to giving you the decision to do what you wish to do without being forced into situations that maybe you're not comfortable with. That's for every investor to really decide what their structure might be. But this tool is absolutely just giving you so much freedom to make those decisions. Currently, they don't have the standard onboarding that's live yet for the fiat part, as well as the offboarding. It is active. However, they're doing an NFT, as Brett was saying, for a partnership into the whole system. And as soon as that's filled, then we'll be able to offer the standard, contract and fees. Now, we do want to be very clear. They're handling all of the processing. They are a third party that we're integrating with to handle all of the parts of your offshore account, sending you your visa. We do not take custody. We are not involved in that process. We're here to do our business, which is to really offer investors a fantastic long-term sustainable opportunity. And by bringing this very secure team, the product is fantastic. We have a couple of investors here already that have their Ultimo cards. They're going to the ATM, they're cashing out, they're paying at restaurants. They're really seizing the opportunity and doing quite well. Do we have a question or a comment?
Hey guys, this is Cryptolove. Just want to ask a few questions. That's all right?
Of course, sir.
Awesome. So I talked to a syndicate member last night. He told me that I could ask more information about the new LMS that's coming out. That's in-house. Can you expand? Can you expand more about what's the technicalities on that?
Did you not ask that yesterday? We went over it in detail.
No. He told me that I could ask in the AMA itself. So, yeah.
Okay. Who did you speak to?
I spoke with S2310G.
Yeah.
I think I said that the team is not going to disclose any technical information yet, and you may ask any questions you have during the AMA. That's it.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe I'm wrong, but on yesterday's or the day before podcast, you came and asked some questions, and I know I went into detail, and then Mr. Brett Norton came and answered, and it's recorded. Maybe I'm wrong. Were you here yesterday or the day before?
Uh,
Because it is
I
recorded.
wasn't.
Maybe it wasn't you. All right.
I think the other day was Nito asking about the ILC. I
No,
explained the crypto law of that.
it wasn't. No, Nito
Yeah,
hasn't been.
anyway,
I believe.
I explained.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
explained the crypto law of that. That is a piece of software that the technical details are not going to be coming out, and he may ask anything else he wants.
No, we had a recording yesterday or the day before. We went really into it. Crypto Love, hang out for a bit. We want to talk really about this partnership. Is really exciting, and then we're going to get back to it and have Brett on and go over the details, because it is very important that everybody understands it. It is a fantastic question. I do want to leave that for a bit later, as this is a very, very big announcement right now with the Ultimo onboarding and offboarding. If you don't mind, sir.
Yeah, no worries. I'm really sorry. Just curious about that, and yeah, congrats on the partnership.
We love every question. I'm almost sure I have to go back to the recordings for the past 2 days that you came and asked, and we went into like a whole 10-minute thing about it. And we don't mind doing that. That's what we're here to do, guys, every single night, to connect with our community, answer every question. There is some IP stuff that we can go into. However, let's leave that. We're going to be here for at least 2 hours, and we'll put that here on the list if you don't mind hanging out. I would love to hear somebody who might have a question regarding the big announcement. Thank you, sir. Is there anybody who has a question or a comment regarding Ultimo, what's to come, what to expect? We'd love to hear from you.
So with that fee, that standard fee, did I mishear? Because I thought I heard you say, Brett, that it was a £700 fee, and that includes a deposit into the account, or am I just misunderstanding that?
Yeah, that's when they're gonna once they get through their NFT round, which is right now, then it will be the standard fee, and I believe it was $700, and they make a $150 deposit for you into the bank account, and then the $550 is the account setup fee, processing, Visa card, all of that stuff. There is an upfront. I would say it's a very light KYC. Basically, you either send your driver's license or a picture of your passport, but all of that is secured in the offshore bank. You don't have to give them your social security number or anything like that. And all the transactions are private and anonymous. And part of what you get with that fee is also the Ultimo wallet. And the Ultimo wallet has a mixer on it. So when you convert your crypto to fiat and you push it to make a deposit into the offshore account, it mixes the wallet address. And so the sending from the Ultimo wallet to the bank account is anonymous, basically, because that wallet is always changing the wallet address. So there's really a lot of privacy and security built into the entire system, and that's part of what you're paying for that upfront account setup.
Well, damn, you just answered all three of my questions in one. That's great. So just to summarize, it's technically a $550 fee, because $150 is being deposited for you, and it is completely anonymous. And yeah, and everything else you just covered. That's great. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's really cool. I actually bought one of their ownership NFTs, or the profit sharing NFTs. I haven't got my card yet. I should probably get it in within maybe 10 days to 2 weeks now. My account's already activated and everything, and I can see everything that's going on in the bank. They also have an app that you can download to your phone, to your mobile, and you can manage your bank account using the app. And it's a very professional application. The bank itself is the Joint Development Bank of Laos. It's a very reputable bank, and they have the idea of becoming a very reputable crypto bank. So that's why they're starting this partnership with Ultimo, and they would like to develop this business because they see the opportunity and the need for this across the world. So yeah, as DeFi grows, as we grow, Ultimo grows, we're all going to grow together in this thing. And I think JDB, the bank, will become, very, very successful because of this.
Yeah, it sounds great. So do we know, or can you disclose the percentage of the DAO that you'll be receiving for that fee of 3,500? Because off the top of my head, there's 500 available, right? And 35 times 500 is just a little under 1.8 million. So do we know those figures, or are we allowed? Can you disclose them?
I don't know, but it's so the DAO owns, so the 500 people that buy the initial NFT, they profit share 40. They take 40% of the profits that come into the system through all the transaction fees that are generated through Ultimo, and those 40% are then dispersed across all the 500 NFT holders. So I don't know. What's that?
Is that ongoing, or is there a cap to that, or is that just for
It's forever.
Forever.
There's no cap.
Forever.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're the first strategic partner they're taking on, but their idea is to go to other DeFi projects and then obviously expand out. They just did a advertisement magazine. I think it was. I don't know if it's an article. I didn't buy the magazine, but it was in the Crypto magazine, which is the largest crypto subscription magazine in the world. And they just did an advertisement in that. And I think they only have about maybe 200 and I want to say 200 and maybe 75 NFTs left of the 500. It may be less than that now. Maybe I'll have to look. But they have around 200 NFTs left. And then once those are sold out, they're sold out forever. And then it's the 40% profit share is ongoing forever.
Okay, so you just answered my next question as well, which was going to be, is there possibility for minting more NFTs in the future? Because obviously if you're buying in for 3,500 and then they decide they're going to mint X amount of NFTs in the future, then your size of that, your percentage of that DAO will decrease, right? So, but that is,
it's fixed.
That is not.
Yeah,
it's fixed. It's not happening, right? Okay, that is. Yeah. Wow.
And I would guess once they get around probably 400, you know how the network effects work, and people, start FOMOing in for those last 100. They'll probably start to reach a little bit bigger audience. They're going after right now some whale groups and things. I'll let DS and Jez talk about that on Thursday. But they have a deliberate plan to start expanding. They kind of started in the same kind of circles that we are with ARK, and they want to expand out. And obviously, there's a lot of mass market potential for that product. So yeah, I was lucky enough to get one of those. And actually, I already did get a rewards payment for this last month of November. So yeah, it's already paying out. And it was because they only have a portion of the cards already sent out, the transaction volume is very slow. The only people that are making transactions right now are DAO members. So it's a very small pool at this point. And the number of transactions are, obviously low because as everybody starts getting their cards, it takes a little while for the cards to come. So from the time I set my account up to the time I receive my cards, usually 3 or 4 weeks. And so I'm probably maybe a week or two out from getting my card. But as more people get them, the transactions go up, the rewards pool goes up, and then people start getting paid out more. So then if they start, integrating with DeFi projects and other things in crypto, that could really get accelerated. And then all of your online transactions and everything, you can set that debit card up to pay. So like your Amazon stuff, your whatever, your online shopping, all those things. So really you can replace your traditional bank debit card with this offshore account debit card without any issues.
That sounds fantastic. So with the private, the 3,500, is there a deposit made for you, or is it just a flat fee of 3,500 to be in the DAO?
Yeah, it's the same deposit of the 150 is made for you. into the bank account. And then they do all the same setup process they would for the, the public round that's coming when they open it to the public. It's exactly the same. The difference is you just have part of the ownership and the profit sharing.
And do we know, or can you disclose the fees for using the card, just so I can sort of get an idea of, what?
Don't know, and like to pull out of so in the DAO group they talk about this, people going around and just doing fee checks and things like that on different banks. So it just depends on the bank. If you're pulling cash out of the ATM, it's a different fee because there's a local fee that the bank might charge for using one of the non-bank cards to withdraw cash. And then as far as just the normal transaction fees, I'm not 100% certain on what those are. But I'm sure, DS and the rest of the Ultimo team could answer those questions.
Okay, yeah, it's very, very intriguing. So I know that you don't have this, but the only thing I would like to know is the percentage of the DAO that each person will be obtaining, which I'm assuming I'll be able to ask them in the AMA on Thursday. So yeah, very, very interesting.
Well, so you can buy multiple NFTs, but if you just bought one NFT, then it's 1 divided by 500. Because there's 500 total NFTs that are going to be sold. So you would own 1/500th of that rewards pool that gets paid 40%. Out for the. What's that?
And it's 40% of all the fees, correct?
Correct. Yep. Yeah, the profit sharing is 40% across the 500 NFT holders.
Wow. I mean,
it's a whole nother passive income play on top of, what you'd be earning with ARK. And so the idea is that, we're the income generator, and then we have to, find a way that we can safely and anonymously spend our crypto. And this is that solution. So yeah, it's really cool. And once we start digging more into it, and the Ultimo team's coming on Thursday to our podcast here, you guys can get the full vision, because there's more crypto banking things that are happening through JDB and what Ultimo is bringing to the table as well. So it's going to get pretty exciting pretty fast based on their roadmap.
Well, damn. I can't wait for that AMA. That is going to be very, very interesting, to say the least.
So I think, some of your initial ARK profits might be something you want to look at, getting one of the accounts. If you can't get the $3,500 NFT up front, then getting that $700 account would be something. As your ARK Vault account matures, take some of that profit and look into that off-ramp solution.
I think the standard account is an absolute no-brainer, in my opinion. After just a little bit more digging with them on Thursday, I hope they're not already sold out. That's definitely caught my attention. Definitely something I'm very, very interested in. I think it's a solution for the entire crypto space, and as crypto grows, it's here to stay. So that could be a very, very profitable passive income for the next, forever. Very interested. Thank you. Huge announcement.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're excited.
Absolutely. Give me a second, guys, as I'm working on a DM here that's really important. Are there any other questions, comments regarding the Ultimo partnership?
That third country you were talking about, Brett, that may not be involved, it's not the UK, is it? I'm assuming.
No. UK is wide open.
Awesome.
Yeah, all the major countries. It's the usual suspects that you would imagine, wouldn't have access to this. But it was very few, and I don't know if there was a third or not. I don't remember. Atlas, do you remember if there was another country? North Korea and Russia that were limited?
Only North Korea. Russia, DHL and FedEx aren't operating there. So the only reason that we can, through Ultimo and the offshore entity, send the cars there is because of that. But the Russians are able to join. So that's the only restriction that is currently present, which is absolutely fantastic because it fits our global initiative here. Let's get to crypto.
That's right. Yeah. So if I went there with an Ultimo card, I'd be fine using it. It's just receiving it's the problem.
Correct.
I think it'd be a great idea if everybody went and just like wiped out those last couple 200 of those NFTs real quick, just so then that way we can fast track this whole entire process. Just throwing that out there.
Couldn't agree more, brother.
Let's get them. Let's get them.
I'm worried if there's going to be enough left after Thursday. You know, it's a genuine concern.
I think after last week's expo with the spread on the crypto magazine and everything, it's going to spread fast. Definitely, the word's going to spread fast.
How does Ultimo take the payment of the 3,500? Is that bank transfer? Is it a crypto transfer? Is there the option of both?
It's a crypto
USDT.
transfer. So they have a mint your NFT page, and they send you the link to that, and then you just have to have you can have USDT on BEP20, and that's a real simple minting. You have to have your 3,500 there plus a little gas fee, and then you get it minted, and then they invite you to the DAO. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You hold the NFT, and then the rewards just magically come. That's how it worked for me anyway.
Do you hold your NFT in a?
Yeah, you could put it into a cold storage wallet, and there's guys in the DAO that are helping other people with that. Move it over to a ledger or something like that. I don't think it didn't sound too crazy or difficult, but you can hold it on any Web3 wallet as well.
And then, excuse me, sorry. I'm assuming this is an obvious answer, but I'll ask it anyway. Can you spend the DAO rewards the same way you would, any of your, on the card? I mean, can you withdraw that
sure.
from?
Yeah. So what it does is it comes into your wallet, and then you can push it so it comes into the wallet that you use to mint the NFT with. And then you can send it to your Ultimo wallet, and the Ultimo wallet, it has that little mixer on it, and that's what you use to deposit into your bank account. So basically, you'll get USDT rewards, and then you can send them to your Ultimo wallet, and then you can push them into your offshore bank account, and then it's active and live on your Visa card. Usually the next banking day, they are manually, tranching and pushing these deposits. And so whenever they wake up in Asia they do the deposit in the morning. And so you have your, if you made a deposit over the evening, it will be available the next morning in Laos time for you to spend on your Visa debit card.
This next question is probably a question for them and their AMA, because I know very little about the people behind it and the team. But what's the safety mechanisms involved? What's stopping them from one day just emptying the funds of everyone's wallets?
Well, it's all in the bank. So you have the JDB bank is behind it. And yeah, they can go into a little bit more of the type of bank it is. It's basically a private bank that's unique in the world today, and so that's why they chose this partner. And this partner is, developing these solutions towards crypto users and trying to build a business around this. So yeah, they've thought through that quite a bit. It took them, it's not an easy thing to get the type of arrangement they have set up. with any bank, and they had to go through all of the legal channels and things to have this all set up properly. So yeah, on Thursday we can kind of get into some of that. But yeah, your funds are in the JDB Bank of Laos, and that bank's been around. I want to say 1987 was when it was first founded, so it's not like a new bank or anything like that. And it's a very reputable bank in Asia with a very substantial deposit and lending, as well established, banking and transaction volume.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I'll open the floor to somebody else if they've got any questions.
Yeah, and if there's any other experts on Ultimo in the room too, feel free to jump in and answer any questions that I get wrong or that I don't know.
For not being in very long, Brett, you're nailing them pretty good.
This is absolutely massive. The opportunities that it really affords to ARK investors, something that I mean we couldn't have dreamed for I think a better partnership, because it just ties in so well with the whole culture of what we're building here, what we're here to do for long term. So look, guys, we're extremely bullish, and yeah, we think that just makes ARK so much of a very strong, solid option when you're looking at especially the way that you're getting paid out every other day. You want to be able to really connect and get those funds over, put the food on the table, and be able to use those funds if you want to diversify into as we grow here, other investments, whether it's real estate or metals. We're going to have some experts as the whole community starts to grow. We want to be able to also bring some experts to help you diversify, set up offshore entities yourself if you want to buy some property, and you want to be able to really structure yourself, whether it's in America, Europe, or anywhere in the world. There's always very important ways for you to have tax protection and asset protection, which is so important. But this is a fantastic product that is just going to give us immediately that opportunity that we all struggle with. And again, going back to the narrative, the decentralized exchanges, we understand banks are really having a huge issue right now when you're looking at the United States, especially in Europe. Switzerland, Credit Suisse is having major issues, Deutsche Bank, and the controls are insane. If you're moving around serious money, and, coming from crypto, it is always that sort of having to defend yourself, having to answer. They treat you like a criminal, which is something really strange when you're doing a legal procedure. There's nothing illegal in most jurisdictions that we live in to work with crypto, to be able to make profits from crypto, to transact in crypto. But once you start touching the fiat rails of the traditional system, they start to look at you funny. Part of being able to grow with the opportunity that we have here, I think, is just giving investors that security of not having to be worried, because that is worrisome. Oh man, I'm making all this money. What do I do, and how do I explain? And you can, and we encourage people to follow the laws of wherever they reside. That's very important. However, you should be free to make your decisions. And that's very important. I mean, that's why we're here in crypto. That's why I came here to crypto, for that freedom.
Me too.
Any questions, comments? We'd love to hear from you guys. Anybody? Do you want to say something, Moneyface?
I lost my train of thought, so it just ran away from my thoughts. So never mind.
Do you have your Ultima card already?
Not yet. Not yet.
All right. Well, I can't wait till we all have ours. That's going to be
Right.
happy days, man. We've also
It's
got
not far away.
No, it's absolutely not. Meanwhile, let's see if anybody has a question regarding the fantastic partnership and showing a clear and bright future here for our investors at ARK. We have on December 6th, which is tomorrow, a AMA over at the Crypto Hideout. That's going to be hosted by Mist, and that's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UTC. Hope to see you guys there. If you don't know that lounge, it is pinned also in our announcement channels. We encourage you guys to go ahead and join the announcement channel, because everything that happens there is really important. I know there's a lot of messages coming through, and we tend to just turn off those notifications so it doesn't drive us crazy. But the announcements channel is something that we encourage folks to really tap into, because you're getting the latest up-to-date information. We do not spam that with things that are not absolutely, I think, vital and important updates. So looking forward to the Crypto Hideout tomorrow. Come and join us. And, if you have any questions, or you have any other friends that want to come and see us in action, doing what I think we do best, which is going out and, talking about ARK, winning hearts and minds, answering, so many questions as folks are really, really right now desperately looking for a long-term sustainable daily yield return project. Then we have another big AMA that's going to be happening. That's going to be on December 13th. It's going to be a YouTube live AMA with Mr. James Pelton. And the time will be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. UTC. So we're working on some other very key and strategic AMAs, as we want to build like some massive pressure here for launch. You guys came in and already took your positions, most of you, with the private, with the pre-sale, and we want to take you exactly to the right level where we believe the price of ARK should get to. So our strategy here is to bring that pressure in and get there on time, and also support the liquidity controller, the whole system. So we're very excited about these AMAs and hope to see all of you guys there. Coach Roberto, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining us tonight.
Nice, it's Monday night. I totally forgot. Awesome.
Oh yeah, it's a breathing night. Let me allow him. He put his hand up. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. I see you guys are doing pretty good yourself.
We are working hard and really, hitting a lot of the important parts of our roadmap. We closed yesterday the final third round, Coach. I don't know if you've been keeping up with some of the stuff I've been sending you.
Mm-hmm.
Really, quite impressive in what most folks consider to be a very tough market for crypto, with all of the narratives that you see on the 8 o'clock news, with some of the situations that have developed in the past couple of weeks and months. But we closed all the private and public rounds with a total of $1,229,581.51. And we are poised for a fantastic launch with some great interest and pressure from a lot of investors for December 15th. That's in 10 days. So very excited, and we even had a tweet from Elon.
I saw that.
You don't know a lot about the space, but if we would have already launched that token, man, it would have been a 500x. That's a joke we have here. Those days are really not around. But coincidentally, everything comes exactly at the right time. So we're smiling, man. Happy days. Great to see that the community of investors have really spoken, and we've heard them very, very loud and clear, because there's no better way to putting your money where your mouth is, as they say, Coach.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So
Great.
are we ready to breathe?
Let me think. Give me a second here. Let's see if there's any other questions before we go on to that. A lot of times that I ask, people have been kind of quiet. I think they're just sitting there imagining themselves getting their Ultimo Visa card and going to the ATM and pulling $20,000 out cash without Bank of America or anybody saying, "Hey, sir, did you lose your card?" Because we got a really, really good partnership with an offshore bank in Laos, and great relationship there. We have a lot of friends that already have that card. So, Coach, you'll be able to get the card sent to you in the mail, FedEx, UPS, and you'll be able to purchase, your Ferrari, your mansion, whatever you want without any limits on that card that you're loading.
Can I just go to Laos to go pick it up?
I'm sorry?
Can I just go to Laos to pick it up?
I can't hear you, sir. Could you speak louder?
Can I just go to Laos to pick up the Ultimo card? I mean, I've been there that way anyways.
I don't know if it works that way. I would doubt that it would be an easy thing to go up and show up there. But you could ask the Ultimo guys what the procedure is. But from my understanding, it's just sent discreetly to you at whatever location you have. You got a behind you, brother. All right. So yeah, Coach, you're going to be able to go and spend on your Visa that you load up with your crypto, or you can go to the ATM and take your cash out. So just fits in line with our financial freedom here. So really exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I saw those steps and I was going, wow, that makes it a lot easier for people, especially those that we don't know the whole intricate part of how to get wallets and stuff like that.
We have to learn that, and we've got an appointment for you with Fortunate this week. Anytime 6 p.m. that you're available, let me know, and I'll set you up with Fortunate, because we do need to get you educated, brother, so you can understand how to manage your investment. I know you got all those whales that want to jump in here and grow with you. So yeah, we're gonna get you taken care of this week. We don't want to wait for the last minute come December 15th and you're not ready to play the game. Okay. So I've been busy. I've been having to set you up and a couple of other folks that are really new here, and we're going to walk you through the whole process, Coach. But yeah, it's important. A lot of the FUD that's happening right now is the concerns of what's happened at the centralized exchange, FTX, and the commingling of funds. And I'm sure you've probably seen the news.
Yeah.
Trying to stay away from all that. In DeFi, we have a saying here, Coach, which is very important. If it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. And the keys are the passcodes to your wallet. So what you have in your wallet, if it's in your wallet, then it's yours. If you put it, somewhere else, or you give someone your keys, or they're holding your crypto for you, they could, really take it or go gamble with it. So you're going to learn all about that, man. I know. And I
have a wallet with nothing in it, but I can't find my passcodes.
Okay, you throw it away and you delete it. And our friendly staff here is going to get you set up with one and walk you through the whole process. How you're going to hide that? Don't write it in ink, because if you get a flood over there and you had it in a piece of paper. Okay. Right, there goes all the money, right? So yeah, there's certain tips and tricks that we have learned, and we're going to share with you. And tomorrow, or a couple of months from now, when you become what we call here a DeFi expert, because you're going to take the time, even at 71 years old, to understand how to really be in charge of your funds and not let Jamie Dimon control you. You're going to be able to teach somebody else about it. So it's going to be pretty great. So let's open it up for another question. Coach, if you don't mind standing by, let's see if any of our folks here have questions regarding the AMAs, launch, legacy NFT, Ultimo NFTs. This is your time.
So I actually have a question about legacy NFTs. If you, let's just say you've got your main wallet, right? And then you've got your first, and you got a silver NFT, you got your first downline, second downline, third downline, and someone in your second down. Oh, do you know what? I've just answered my own question. Don't worry. Sorry. I've just answered it thinking about it. My bad.
You're fine, Brett. You're fine. All right, folks. Since we don't have any other questions, we have Coach Roberto, which is somebody I've done a lot of work with him through the years, brought him to a lot of the teams and projects that I work in. He's a breathing coach, meditation, Tai Chi, just a, what we can call really a badass guru who's somebody that has really taught me a lot of breathing techniques to really relax. When you're working, 14, 18 hours and you're handling a lot of things, your mind can get very clogged up, your energy can get off, and you're not breathing right, and you're getting to this sort of like tension in your neck and your body. And a couple of minutes of some breathing exercises can really just push a magic button to release a lot of the tension and just get your mind focused and flowing. And I've invited him here to work with the core team in the back as we're, really just working lights out, as well as coming and letting him teach our community how to relax a little bit with some breathing exercises. And he's one of the best out there. His teacher is another fantastic, very respected author and person that's worked with a lot of folks like the Navy SEALs. His coach is also the coach of a lot of other, motivational speakers and folks that are really out there on the cutting edge of just mental health and really, getting yourself into the right mode so that you could be successful and focused and at your optimum level. A lot of athletes as well. So, Coach, sorry for the long introduction, man. Let's get this breath.
Okay. So, I see some of the people here that were in the last two sessions. So my go-to breath is what I call the 20 happy breath technique. It's 4 sets of 5, 4 short breath, circular, which means there's no pause in the inhale or the exhale, and then 1 long breath. So it sounds like this if you inhale through the mouth and exhale through the mouth. Then the 5th one, you take it in deeper and long and you fill your lungs. Then you pause and you do that 4 times. But today, what I want to do is the technique that we're going to use is inhale. We're going to inhale through the nose and through the mouth at the same time. So the way we do that is we open our mouth wide and we put the attention on breathing through the nose. And the reason I'm teaching this, because this is the fastest way to get rid of anything in your body, any trauma, any pain, any tightness. This is the fastest way, where you're breathing in and out.
Hey, Coach, I'm confused on this one. You said breathing through the mouth and the nose at the same time? I'm confused. Is it breathing in through one and out the other? Could you be a little more descriptive, please?
Here's how you do it, right? You open up your mouth and then just practice right now. We're not going to do the sets. Just practice. Open up your mouth and breathe in through. Put your attention on the nose and do like four breaths in a row. with your mouth open and breathing through the nose. Just try it. So go ahead and do it. So open your mouth as wide as you can, but relax, keep your jaw relaxed, and then breathe through the nose. And you're going to see, you're going to feel that you're at the same time you're breathing through the mouth. Or at least you should be able to.
Where do we exhale from?
You exhale both sides.
Oh boy, that's tough.
Okay. This is an advance. This is the advanced version.
I almost swallowed my tongue.
Damn, son.
Yeah, I can't do that, coach. I'm trying when you were describing it. When Atlas mentioned that, I thought, oh, perhaps he's got it wrong. But like when I open my mouth, I'm relaxing my jaw and I'm breathing through my nose. It's like my tongue blocks, like naturally just blocks my.
So relax your jaw. Don't open it up real wide. Just open it up and just do it slowly, and just so you can get the hang of it. You might be breathing through the mouth at the same time and the nose. You'll notice it.
Every time I'm focusing on the nose, but every time I change the focus to my mouth, I stop. I'm doing it one or the other, or one then the other.
Okay, so you're gonna have to take this one home and practice it.
I like that.
Okay, because this is the best breath that you could do. The first best technique to remove stuff out of your body. But you have to be able to do both at the same time. It's like you're opening it to the mouth, you're actually opening your channels in your body, and to the nose, you're opening your channels in your 6th and 7th chakras. Which is
if you're tying your both shoes at the same time, coach. But I like it. It seems like a really interesting reboot.
So I got it down, right? I got it. But I can only do it if I only slightly open my mouth. Like I have to, my mouth, if I open it wide, I can't, well, I mean, maybe with practice, I can't do it. But if I slightly open my mouth and start breathing through my nose, I can, after, I can feel it in my throat as well, but only if I ever so slightly open my mouth. So I need to practice with my mouth wider.
Yeah, absolutely. And go slow at the beginning, because if you try to go fast, you start like snoring. But just go nice and slow and just feel it. And remember, do 4 short and 1 long. So go ahead and try to do 1 set.
All right, guide us.
So,
we're ready.
So I'm going to take you through it, right? And we'll do slow.
Dogs know how to do it really well.
So here we go. And then if you can't do it, you practice. It's all practice. But this is a really good. It took me a while to get it myself. But once you get it, you're going to love it. This is the way I feel when I'm trying to get the wallet. I have to practice. So here we go. Ready? First set. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale 3, exhale. Inhale 4, exhale. Then take it in deeper. Inhale, exhale. Second set. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Take it in deep. Inhale, open up. Exhale, let it go. Remember, always relax the exhale. Okay, now the third set. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 4, inhale, exhale. Take it in deep. Inhale, open up, let it go. And the last set. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now take it deep and hold it. Inhale, hold it. Hold it as long as you can. Relax your body, relax your mind. And when you're ready, just release. Close your eyes. Notice how you're feeling. Notice any sensations, any heaviness, any energy, and just be with it. There's nothing to do. Be in the silence. And when you're ready, open your eyes. How's everybody doing? Any questions? Any comments?
It was
Really good.
much different for me from the first two. I think I was concentrating more on trying to do the breathing in both, and I didn't probably get the benefits as much. Like the last one, I felt it as we discussed. I felt it a lot. I think that one I was more concentrating on trying to take the breath in through both my nose and my mouth, but it made my ears crackle and my face tingle. So I think I maybe was perhaps breathing too heavy, trying to get the air in. But one to practice for me, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a little harder one, and I wanted to get a feel if the level of mastery people have. That's a hard, a more difficult breath. But you can also practice inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, inhale through the mouth only, exhale through the mouth, and then I also taught inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So those are three different ones, and now you got a fourth one, which is both mouth and nose.
Yeah, I struggled a bit, Coach. Breathing in from both was easy, but breathing out from the mouth and the nose at the same time, I struggled with a little bit. That's just showing me how much I guess I'm used to, either nose or mouth breathing when I'm snoring. So, but I through the practice, I think by the third, fourth round, I was able to I think master it. So thank you. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments about the breath, guys?
You should practice that minimum 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes during the day, and then 5 minutes at night. If you want to really master and start mastering, start with 5 and then move it to 10.
Should I replace the breath that I'm doing currently with that, or should I do it as well as what I'm already doing?
Just add it if you want to. I'm just teaching you different ones, and then eventually I would practice all of them, maybe one different one every day, and then start mastering and see and just notice which ones are not working as well, because that might be a habit that you need to shift. So what you want to do is be able to master all the different channels, all the different speeds. So when there's difficulty in one, that's the one that you should practice, because that's the one you're going to have a breakthrough in.
Yeah, this is the one I need to practice for sure, because I definitely didn't find that easy at all. So this is the one I need to practice and feel the benefit from, and then I can gauge, which is my favorite breath, if you will.
Yeah, and then eventually you can mix them and do whatever you want to do with them, depending on what's going on in your body or in your mind at the time.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Okay, you're welcome. Any other questions?
Brett, did you get to do the breath with us today?
Oh yeah. Did you say Brad or Brett? Sorry, I think you said Brett.
Brett, yeah. I was wondering if you did it, man.
Yeah.
That was an interesting
Oh
one.
yeah. My daughter did it with me too. I made her do it. She had a big chest today and did really good on it. So I was like, hey, you should do this. It'll release some anxiety if you have any left over.
That's awesome. Oh, good for her, man. Good for you. You enjoyed it? She enjoyed it?
Oh yeah, always.
How old is she?
I did a pretty tough workout this morning, and so I needed to relax a little bit. So that helped me. Thank you, Roberto.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I heard next Monday, Coach, we got Darth Vader from Star Wars. He wants to come and learn how to breathe.
Okay. It's all about learning how to breathe consciously.
Absolutely. Great stuff, man.
Anybody
else did it here? I don't know if Udemann's not feeling so good lately, but he did it before, I think a couple of weeks ago with us, and I think he had fun with it. But all right, Coach, thank you so much. And please do let me know whether, which day this week around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time you're going to be available to get that education and knowledge so that you're able to play along with us, man, and grow, as that's what we're here to do.
Okay. I'll send you not a text, I'll send you a WhatsApp thing.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Tomorrow.
Crypto.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night. Good day, everybody.
You too.
Remember, just keep breathing.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Oh, we got some familiar faces here tonight. Polsky, it's been a while, my friend. All the way from the UK, the man that likes to go on the yachts on the Thames River on the weekends. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, not too bad. Just a bit ill in bed. That's about it. Probably from being on those boats too much.
Man, there's quite a lot of folks that are sick this week and got the COVID. I have a friend in China. He's also an investor here. He just got the COVID over in Beijing. So yeah, I'm seeing an uptick in just my social circles.
It's really going around over here. The temperature dropped to 1 degree the last 2 days. It has been savagely cold, and like everybody that I know has been sick. I was feeling pretty bad myself. It's waned a little bit now, which is good. But yeah, it's really cold here. I think that's the cause of it. Hopefully, it's not COVID, and it's just people are getting colds and the flu. But everybody that I know is sick at the moment.
Yeah, literally like 2 weeks ago, Brad will probably agree with me. There's people out in t-shirts. I was out in a hoodie. It was like 15 degrees, and then now it just dropped to 2, 3. It's crazy. But it ain't COVID. It's just not dressing up properly.
When I go out ski for a cigarette, I got my tracksuit on, I put my hood up, and then I put my dressing gown on top of it and put the hood of that up, and it's still damn cold out there. So yeah, you need to really wrap up warm.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the cold, guys. That's a heinous debacle, if you ask me. But yeah, we've been having like 15-degree temperatures, and that's more than enough for me to be a little bit uncomfortable. But yeah, Dr. Marcel, man, he has the snow happening over there. He was showing me today some videos. Heinous debacle. You're going to be able to get the cars out tomorrow, Dr. Marcel, from the driveway?
So cold, can't even
Yeah, the mic is frozen. It's impacted with the snow. Yeah, we can't hear you, Doc. All right, guys. Any other questions or comments? Big day over here. Elon tweet about ARK, Ultimo partnership, getting that freedom, getting that way to really, on board and off board. That's so important for all of us. Yeah, Doc, I still don't hear you. All
So,
right, well,
is it
there
better
you
now?
are. I mean, yeah, it was nothing before, and now you sound like you're right here, freezing next to me.
Yeah, my mic just got disconnected. I think because I needed the USB-C for a short time and disconnected and didn't connect it well. I was saying that one of the cars is at the driveway, but I don't have to go out tomorrow, and the other one is still in the workshop because looking outside, my wife realized today that it might be a good idea to get some winter tires, and so she brought it there today. I just came in like 2 hours ago. We were still building snowmans in the garden with the kids.
Amazing, man. Huge snowman you showed. Was it last year, an event like that of so much snow that fell?
We have that every now and then, but usually, yeah, the timing is bad. I think last year it was like a week before Christmas, snowing as crazy, like for a few days. But it just like 2 days before Christmas, we went up to like 5, 6, 7, 10 degrees Celsius, and it was just melting and raining for Christmas, which was pretty sad. But yeah, it can be. It gets even colder. I think last year we had like some -10, -15 degrees.
Boy. Oh man, that's tough. But I mean, I guess you're used to it. Yeah,
I like it. I mean, I don't like the heat, and if the days in winter would be longer, because the days get, I mean, pretty dark and short, then I would be fine with winter and cold. I'm usually never freezing. I don't even own a winter jacket.
You are your own snowman.
Yeah, I have a lot of, like my wife said, a lot of bioprene. Yeah, and now I'm busy building an MP3 player because my little one is going on, how is it called, when the whole class, hers from school, goes on vacation for like 3 days, 4 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they gave us a list what they are allowed to bring and whatnot. And yeah, obviously she's not allowed to bring a smartphone or a mobile phone in any case. And for them, that's like like a multi-tool, because they use it as a camera, as like an MP3 player for music and stuff like that. And now she doesn't have it. So she needs a camera to make some pictures, and she needs, something to listen to some music. And I didn't have some. Now I get out my welding iron and some electronics, and now I'm building or try to build, like, because I started packing yesterday and they're leaving tomorrow, so there was not even time to buy an iPod or something, and so I have to come up with one myself. I'm doing a good job so far.
Oh man, you have one of those old AirPods, the one that has a little circle that you just got to scroll through.
Yeah.
One of those.
the iPod Shuffle. I had one of those, but I think I threw it away like a few years ago, and now it's the time that I regret it, because
What kind of medications are they going to give the kids? I mean, they're going to have withdrawals from TikTok and like just, having their
Yeah, mine
phones.
don't. They don't have TikTok and stuff. Just that TikTok is like, I mean, they can watch YouTube and whatever, but I'm always in control. I can. There's the, what is it called? It's on Android. It's called Family Link, so I can see every time how much time they spend on which app. I can limit the apps. Like they can use like 15 minutes of YouTube, and they can always use the camera, and they're not allowed to use Google Chrome or whatever, and can all control that from my phone.
Remember you showed that to me. It's really neat. Great way to make sure your kids are surfing safely, and the watchful eye of a parent's always very important nowadays with all the things that are out there, as we know. Oh, we got Kuro in the house. Man, Kuro was excited about the Elon tweet today. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic. We're very
Yeah,
happy,
I'm
man.
great. Yeah, glad to be here. I'm gonna be here more often, like I said. I'm sorry, just I didn't. I'm sorry that I didn't come sooner, but as much as I can, I'll be here.
Oh, we have you here, man. You're never late to a great opportunity, brother. And that also goes for the investors that are going to be here in 2 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. Everybody gets a chance to really play the same game on an even, playing field where it's just fair to everyone. But I see what you're meaning about the podcast. Yeah, we usually start it at 6 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. UTC. We hang out here for some time. We had big announcements today, some great AMAs that are coming up. We really enjoyed the AMA with your group. Very professional. TJ's was very kind, and he seemed very interested. Do you know if he ever got an NFT, Kuro? If TJ got in?
I think he bought one. Yes. I gave him my referral. I gave him my referral link, so I think he used it. Yes, and I'm actually thinking of starting, a team with him. So we will see how that goes. But yeah, once it goes live, I think it will be even easier, to get people in, when they see some live action. And yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, it's going to be an event for sure, man. People are going to be here, taking advantage of the live opportunity, get their ArkFi tokens, and we're feeling the FOMO, and we're going to be pressing this button. It's going to be a good time, man. We're looking forward to it. And also, Kuro, on the 12th of December, 3 days before launch, everyone's going to have a chance to look at their syndicate levels, see who's under them and above them. So that's really, going to give you the perspective of how many people you have on board. So we're looking forward to that being released as well. We're pretty proud of the way that's coming together, and we believe it's going to be a fantastic product that our investors are going to, really take advantage of and use. Great user interface and functionality too for your airdrops, which is so important.
Very nice, very nice. Let's get this crypto, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. We can't wait till Elon starts tweeting, "Let's get this crypto." It'll come. It'll come. Have patience, guys. But yeah, the ARK is making waves on a global basis, and there's a lot of folks that are coming, using different languages, and hearing about us and getting involved and doing YouTube videos, writing the Medium articles. Have you ever written an article on Medium, Kuro?
No, I actually have not yet, but I was thinking of doing it, but I don't have the best writing skills in English, so. But we will see. Maybe. I've read
You
the
can do it in your
one
language.
from
What language do you speak?
Slovenian.
Oh, fantastic. Oh man, I got a lot of friends from Slovenia. Look, you could do it in your language, and we can make a Slovenia official channel, and if you want to admin that, you're more than welcome to, because we're looking for leaders like yourself that are going to be there to answer the questions and educate the folks from Slovenia.
Oh yeah,
And
that's not bad idea actually. Yeah, I
yeah,
think I can definitely get some of my in real life, friends from here. So that's not bad idea. You mean you know people from around here? You
yes, of
said.
course. Yes,
Oh
yes, I
really?
have yes, I have good friends. One actually has a layer one blockchain. They live here on my island, and we're very good friends. You know, him and his wife. But yeah, we've got a pretty nice
Oh really?
community here of Slovenian folks.
Y-
Great people, man. Absolutely great people. So that's an opportunity there where you can really excel in your own language. But then you could use the Google Translate and turn it into English and post that on Medium as well. We've already had a couple of folks that just a day or two ago were writing the Medium articles, and they already have folks join their syndicate. You know,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, it works.
uh,
it's it's fantastic, and we have the contest as well,
yeah,
so
I
you can
know about
win.
the contest. I read a few from your community here. The one from Mistletoe that's inside of Watchat right now. I read his and it's actually really nice. And I read one more. I think I don't remember from who, but yeah, I saw a couple of them and I've read them and they are really nice. So and another great way of spreading the word about ARK. So definitely good idea.
Yeah, you don't have to be an expert, and it's kind of like anything. You write your first one, and you go do your second, and you start to improve a skill, and it forces you to really take more time and look at the white paper, understand it better for yourself, which is important to manage your investment so you stay at the most optimum level. And then the beauty of having folks learn about it, join your syndicate, and growing. This is how it's done, guys. This is absolutely how it's done, and we encourage all of you. We want to make sure that that marketing budget is really going to support the whole project and the community, and it's community based investment, right? We're able to bring folks to invest with us, and those links will stay there, pretty much, for we consider forever, right? So somebody 6 7 months down the line will find that article and hit you up. Hey, I want to ask you some questions. I want to be in your syndicate. I really like what you said. And look, there's so much room for everybody to expand, especially for those foreign languages. I don't think there's a lot of competition out there. So send me a DM, and I'm going to put you directly with Mr. S23, who is the ambassador here for the G30 of our official ARK groups. There are some rules and regulations that we have in place for admins, just to make sure that they're not using the official ARK groups and channels as their own, syndicate, where, others that are, maybe from the same language or country are also getting involved. We want an environment that's really the same as what you have here. This is an educational official channel where we're not poaching and trying to take anything or anyone away from our investors. On the contrary, we want to help every investor. If you have somebody that maybe wants to understand more, they want to do some due diligence, they want to talk to us, they want to look around and see that there are good, professional, transparent people that are winning, that are growing in this investment. It's very important for us to just have a very professional environment, so that you could send that person here and nobody will try to take them from you. So yeah, we'll explain everything to you. S23, do we have a Slovenia group already in place?
I think we have, let me check 1 second, please. So no, it's in the next batch that we're going to create. We can have one by tomorrow. So.
Fantastic. Kuro, do you accept the challenge? You want to be the leader, the ambassador for ARK for all of Slovenia, for all your countrymen and countrywomen?
Yeah, definitely. I can be, of course, yeah. Even though it's not a big country, but even if there's a bunch of people coming, still nice to have an official chat. So why not?
I'm sure that just like everywhere else in the world, those folks are worried about the prices of food, the cost of living, rents. They're worried about inflation. They have concerns like everyone else that's going through these hard times and looking for, taking a small, part. I'm telling a lot of folks, just put 1%. If you're not comfortable, just put 1% of what you might have sitting in the bank, decaying, devaluing, cannibalizing itself, through inflation. And generally that's something that people can live with because, 1% is absolutely nothing of what you really have liquid, right? So yeah, there's many ways that we're going to really develop here. You also have, Brad Ass, which is a coach officially here. If you want to get some tips on how to write the articles and publish on Medium. Also, if you ever want to get into YouTube, he's the guy that's going to be able to help you, as well as any folks that maybe you don't have the time to sit and explain it to them. Coach Brad is here to help you. Let's get this crypto. Because yeah, man, we got to make a lot of people, I think, self-sustainable and add to their passive income, their current income, or just replace their income if they hate their job, like a lot of folks that I know hate their jobs, and have happy individuals which are going to be able to take care of themselves, their family, and make those children really happy.
100%, man. I have actually a question for you. I've seen a screenshot that you've posted in this group about a token that also has a liquidity management system. Can you just tell me maybe what's the name of that token? I just want to check it out a bit.
I'm confused. I
think you've maybe it wasn't you, but somebody else in the group maybe. I know that somebody posted how a chart looks from a token that also has a liquidity management system or something like that.
Are you talking about my Medium article?
Oh, yeah, I think that. Oh, yeah, maybe that's where I saw it. Yeah.
Maybe I can send you that. I can DM it to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Please DM me. Yeah, sorry, Atlas. I thought I saw it here, but it seems like it was in Mistletoe's Medium article about ArkFi. So
go ahead and ask him the question.
No, I think he just had. I had an example of another
Okay.
token, a liquidity management system, and I think that's what he's referring to. I just had a picture of the chart and how it could stabilize and show how stable a chart could look with the liquidity management system, and it's pretty cool because it just makes it more sustainable over time, right?
Yeah, you don't have the panic setting in where, it's also built into not just the liquidity controller, but the way that our one-to-one ratio really represents folks taking, a approach of, one day claiming and paying yourself to get that ROI back, and then the next day, getting the compound interest through reinvesting through compound, right? So that in itself takes a lot of pressure away. As time passes and folks reach their max payouts, they really stop earning. So they have no other choice but to sell. And then you have this heinous, ugly, bloodbath of red candles going down, and that just sets a panic ablaze. So, the idea here is very simple. It's already built into the contracts and how everything works. And then liquidity controllers coming and being very smart with the algorithm to not peg us exactly to a price, but to let us be in a dynamic range according to the volume that's coming in, how much token supply is out there, something very, very impressive and intelligent that really hasn't been done this way before. I think it's going to set the standard for, what, folks are going to really be able to interact with and feel very comfortable and confident. We're going to be very clear of how it works once it's up and running. I know that Crypto Love was here earlier, and I asked him that we're going to talk about it later, but he already left. So we'll catch him on another time because we do have some recordings where we go into it in more depth. But it's important. You've never seen that before, Kuro?
Not really, no. I've actually weren't investing for quite some time now, and I probably wouldn't have invested in a token or in a project, for a while now. So, but after I saw and really dug deeper into the ARK, and I talked to a couple of people that was able to get me some good information about it, and stuff like that. It really made me interested, and probably if I didn't checked it out, and if you didn't come for an AMA and stuff like that, I wouldn't have probably invested in any token right now, so, but this was an exception, and I think it's really gonna pay off, and it'll be worth for everybody, so I'm really glad that I came across you and our community,
Well, you found us. Thank yourself. you came in my DMs and said, "Hey, Mister, you want to do the AMA with my crew?" So really, man, pat yourself on the back. Be proud of yourself because you made the initiative, and I was very busy, and you stayed on top of me, and we got it done, and it was a fantastic AMA, and I'm glad that you learned and TJ learned, because look, this is an opportunity for really having ARK be something that you could really anchor yourself to and get behind, as you understand and everybody else understands that those days of the 100x, 50x in a couple of hours, those days are done. These folks sitting there buying, Bitcoin, Ethereum, buying the dip, and it keeps dipping and dipping. And the lower it gets, the harder, the stronger, the bigger the losses are. Going from, $2,000 to $1,500 or, $1,000, it's something very, very easy to happen. And, you can get 50% losses. The higher the price, generally you're having smaller gains or smaller profits, depending if you're long and you're shorting, right? But going for the passive income, play, this is the time, Kuro. For the DeFi folks, for the Bitcoin maxis, you got to get yourself into a position where you're just sitting there hodling. You're hodling, you're making a sacrifice, but you're getting paid every single day. And in that strategy just makes a lot of sense. Get that fast return on investment, and then let the other day and every other day give you that compound interest in a very perfectly balanced system that's built to last, that's built for the bear. So I'm glad that you have the opportunity to reach out to us, and that you listened and you've done your due diligence, and you've asked me a lot of questions in DMs. And I see that you're very excited. That's why I offered to you to become a part of the team here and be the leader for your language, for your people, and go out there and educate folks. They're going to need this. People need this right now. The harder it gets, I think the more ARK really becomes relevant. And, it's a sad thing, but it's a great thing when you understand that the folks that are going to be here with us have a great opportunity in front of them. There's no guarantees. Folks should never invest what they can't afford to invest. Number one rule of investing. The second rule is always pay yourself. And we've baked that into the contract to make sure that people don't sit there and hyper compound their way and lose. They have the star in their eyes, and I'm going to have the biggest wallet. I'm going to be the biggest whale. Oh my God. Listen, my friend, that generally is not the best way. It's not healthy for the price. It's not healthy for liquidity. It's not healthy for the investors. And especially for the little guy that comes in 6 months, a year down the line. It has to be very, very fair and very even. Because if it's not attractive to somebody a year from now, if they don't have the same opportunity, just if you were going to play with friends Monopoly, and everybody gets the same amount of the funny Monopoly money to play, and then seize the opportunity to buy the railroad, buy the electric company, purchase some properties on, Fifth Ave, and purchase your hotels, and really start to create that passive income in that game, then it's not fair. And that's kind of what we've done here at ARK, giving every player a fair opportunity. Let's get this crypto. We're having a lot of fun doing it too. Obviously, Mr. Brett is back, sir. How are you doing?
Hey, good. Yeah, just answering some questions. Sorry, I jump off.
We are busy.
Yeah, it looks like the Ultimo DAO and the AMA, they're blowing up over there. They're excited about the partnership announcement. So yeah, it's good to see people are positive.
DAO group or the AMA group?
Both. Yeah, they're
wow.
posting it, they're reposting it and posting it in both groups, and yeah, we should have a great turnout for Thursday for that our podcast with them. So and we can get all of the nitty gritty details that I don't know answered.
Oh wait, I'm seeing something here posted from Crypto Magazine. Really interesting. Exclusive Miami subscription links below. Anyone who books a 1-year subscription using the links will get a discounted price and will also receive a free Rogue Bunnies NFT. Okay, yeah, they're combining other promotions into that. Oh, really interesting, man. Beautiful. Excellent.
Yeah, there's always something in DeFi to spend money on. It's always fun, right? Always new projects and cool stuff rolling out. That's why I love it. I love this space.
It's fantastic, man. And just the
Always
people.
gotta have that dry powder,
Oh yeah. Well, as soon as they stop DGen, doing their DGen plays, and understand that they gotta look in the mirror and say, hey, am I gonna just keep trying to hit a home run over and over again and keep getting punched out over and over again, where the friends of the devs, that little 1% that always gets in and dumps over and over again and move on to the next project over and over again. And folks get tired of that game and understand that you got to be smart. You got to think about your future, your goals, your family, and do a play that's actually mature and has legs that really can sustain what's ahead of us, because these times are just trying and difficult. And they're hearing it. They're understanding it. A lot of folks have taken some L's this past couple of months. A lot of folks. And maybe before they weren't listening. Oh, they're listening now. They're definitely listening now. They're understanding